Philadelphia Phillies have won a baseball game. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Sensitive Media. Today we're recapping tonight's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the San Francisco Giants as the Phillies defeat the Giants by a final score of 6-5 as we snapped a 5-game losing streak. Finally. Now, guys, before getting into this video, please subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Please show engage bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. This video is also brought to you by All Things Phillies. All Things Phillies provides a video of highlights from the game. So please go and subscribe to this channel. Link in the description section. We finally get back in the win column, ladies and gentlemen, as this Phillies team actually showed some heart tonight. And we were down 5-2 after the Philly killer Wilmer Flores hit a 3-run home run against us. And we come back and win 6-5. I mean, I really did see some heart into this Phillies team. I mean, Kyle Schwarber, another home run, second in 3 days. So hopefully he's going to start to get it going. I mean, he's one strong man. I mean, he hits a home run with a nice one-handed finish. Nick Maton comes up and, he hits a 2-run shot tonight. So he definitely had a solid night. I mean, Roman Quinn gets DFA'd. Terrible news with Gene Segura being out 10 to 12 weeks. I mean, that is a devastating, big time disappointment for this Phillies lineup, right? I mean, I talked about that a little bit this afternoon, but I didn't think it'd be 10 to 12 weeks. I mean, that's really some significant time right there. If you think about it, I mean, it's going to be pretty much, almost, mid-August by the time he's coming back. I mean, that's going to be a ways away. I'll be getting ready to go off to college at that point. My goodness gracious, as we pick up the scoring summary here in the bottom of the third inning, Rhys Hoskins singles on a line drive to center field. Bryson Stott comes around to score as the Phillies now lead it 1-0. Rhys Hoskins finally collects a big hit. Definitely had a struggled season so far. I mean, we've seen it. He's batting with, ducks on the pond as he's able to get the job done to score the struggling Bryson Stott. We pick it up here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Nick Maton at the plate as he bunts. He goes up the first base line, and the ball is totally mishandled as he was awarded the infield single. As Odubel Herrera came around to score as the Phillies now lead it 2-0. I mean, when do we ever see this Phillies team bunt? We talk about fundamental baseball a lot on here, but when do you ever really see this Phillies team bunt? Not very often. So it certainly was refreshing to see a bunt attempt right there, and that paid off. I mean, of course, it's not always going to pay off, but it paid off. So it kind of startled the Giants defense. So that was just awesome. So 2-0 Philly. We pick it up here in the top of the sixth inning. I mean, Aaron Nola, who was cruising up to this point, kind of ran into some trouble. As the fun of this Philly starting pitching seems to just have that one inning. I mean, of course, there's more guys like Ranger Suarez, Kyle Gibson, or Aaron Nola seemed to have this tonight. As Jason Vosler doubles on a sharp line drive to right field. Donovan Walton comes around to score as the Giants get involved now a 2-1 ball game. So here you go. The Giants are starting to come back in this ball game a little bit. They were shut down for 5 innings. They're starting to see Aaron Nola a little bit better, and then here in the same inning, Tommy La Stella singles on a line drive to left field the other way. Jason Vosler comes around to score as the Giants now tie it at 2. So there you go. There you go. Just like that, the Giants now tied a game. It wasn't really much of a surprise as we've seen this Phillies team in the past 2 weeks. I mean, just playing abysmal baseball. It definitely was frustrating to watch. To see Aaron Nola kind of falling apart here. And then here we go. Wilmer Flores here in the same inning. Homers on a fly ball to left center field. A 3-run shot. Also scores with Stella and Yastrzemski as the Giants now take a 5-2 lead. I've never seen a guy. This guy just kills the Phillies. I mean, this guy literally kills the Phillies. I mean, I kind of thought a little bit about it, going into this series. I'm like, oh boy, Wilmer Flores coming to town, a guy that, when he was on the New York Mets, I mean, even since he left the Mets, and you see it in this series, definitely hit as well. He's always done, I don't understand it, he always does well against us. It's just something about it. So a nice 3-run shot for him. 6th of the season, 5-2 San Francisco. He's kind of a utility guy, plays all around the diamond. But I tell you, if he was back in the NL East, average would definitely be significantly higher if he was playing against us all the time. Because my goodness, he kills us. 5-2. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nick Maton homers on a fly ball to right field, a 2-run shot. Also scores to Odubel Herrera, his first home run of the season, as the Phillies now are just down by 1, a 5-4 ball game. So the Phillies are showing some fight. They are showing some fight. So it was about time a roster move was made. Something needs to be changed. Of course, Nick Maton, we saw last year, definitely an inconsistent player for sure, but something needed to be changed up. So I'm just so glad that he had the night he had tonight. Definitely really just a great night for for him. So hopefully this can kind of help his confidence. Hopefully this can kind of fire up the guys around him. So that was a huge 2-run shot right there. Now we pick it up here in the same inning. Kyle Schwarber and a 3-0 count as he gets the green light because, of course, we're down now by 1 at this point. As he homers on a fly ball to right center field that goes out of the park. Nice one-handed finish, which we don't really see too often out of Kyle Schwarber. Always that two-handed finish. This was a one-handed finish for him. It was on the outside part of the plate, and he's so strong he was able to take it to right center field. This goes to show you what a strong man he is. A 2-run shutout to scores Bryson Stott. Kyle Schwarber, 12 home runs now on the year. So as I said, I mean, this is his second home run now in 3 days. So he leads the Phillies with 12 home runs. So 6-5 Phillies. We have Bryce Harper out of the lineup tonight with right form soreness. Other guys stepped up. We showed heart. We stayed in the game. I mean, when we went down 5-2, I was just so down. I'm like, my goodness gracious, we're gonna get swept out here again. We're gonna lose now 6 straight. But the Phillies fought back. They showed fight. They showed power. You know what I mean? I just loved it, man. This was a great win. This really was a great come from behind win, which you don't really see too often, right? So I feel like a different energy. Today is June 1st. Let's put May behind us. Definitely was rough. 7 games over 500. You definitely still have a lot of work to do. This is definitely a tough situation, but we can get out of this. We can get out of this. We definitely have hit rock bottom, but I'm not going to give up on this team just yet. Of course, this is still the Phillies, right? This is still the Phillies, but man, what a performance we saw tonight. Nice come from behind victory, which is just so refreshing because we don't really see it too often. Kyle Schwarber, 2 knocks tonight, the 2-run home run. Definitely delivering tonight out of the leadoff spot. Average now climbs up to 192. OPS now sits at 743. And Reese Hoskins out of the tool hole. Only one hit was a big one. That line drive single to center field to open up the scoring for the Phils. And Nick Castellanos with a rough hitless performance this evening as he got to start out of the 3-hole. As I did mention before, Bryce Harper out of the lineup tonight with right forearm soreness. We still got to be careful, and it kind of explains why he's been not doing so hot over the past couple of games, right? He's not 100% healthy. That's not been news flash, right? He's not 100% healthy right now, so precautions need to be taken. Can't have this guy be out for a long period of time. We have to make sure that he's well rested and he is healthy. The last thing we need is a long-term injury with Hart. G2 gets to start out of the cleanup spot tonight. In the 4-hole as he collects a knock. Alec Boehm DHs tonight. He gets a night off in the field and goes hitless. As I did mention, a couple times before, I mean, he's really, really cooling off at 263 average now. OPS now drops down to 664. So this guy's been in a dreadful slump. He has really just looked sluggish. This goes to show you, as I talked about, he's not collecting the extra base hits. He's just kind of a singles hitter. I talk about it almost every time I bring up his name. Last 7 games hitting 103 with a 156 OBP. Last 15 hitting 175 with a 221 OBP. And his last 30 hitting 246 with a 381 OBP. I mean, this guy started off the year so hot. And unfortunately, he's starting to look like the guy from last year. It's just so disappointing. Of course, you can come out of it, but he's not heading in a good direction right now. He's just not. I think maybe the day after tomorrow hopefully will do him well. Duberrera, 2 knocks tonight, scoring 2 of the Phils, 6 runs. Certainly did well out there in center field. Mickey Moniak, I mean, I like him a lot, but I think we kind of all thought when he came back, Herrera was going to be DFA'd, but I mean, luckily that did not happen. I think that was just more of just kind of venting with frustration there. Yohan Camargo continues to do nothing as he goes hitless. Very disappointing. Nick Maton, your Phillies Handsome Media Player of the Game. I mean, he was fantastic. 2 knocks tonight, that bunt single, the 2-run shot. So welcome back up to the big leagues. So doing it with a huge bang right there. So that was just huge. I mean, he really, really stepped up tonight. Honestly, that was probably my highlight. I mean, Nick Maton, when you saw his name written in the line, you got to think like, Nick Maton's batting 8 tonight. But man, did he really show up or what? I mean, he really, really showed up. He provided a huge jolt for this Phillies team. He really, really got us back in the game. Who knows if the mentality, change the mentality. Who knows how sure with that 2-run home run. So, I think I've kind of fired everybody up. That's the kind of the sense I got. So that was a huge hit. I mean, I think bigger than we realize. Bryson Stott, 2 knocks tonight. I mean, scoring 2 runs. He certainly had a good night tonight. So that was just great. I mean, hopefully maybe he can start to get it going. I know he's much better than a 143 hitter. I know that. And I understand he's definitely been struggling. But I know he's better than what the numbers say. I know that for sure. So you're going to take a look at Aaron Nola. Starts 6 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs. All 5 are earned. and 5 strikeouts. So he really struggled there in that 6th inning. He was luckily able to, record, 3 outs and get out of it, eventually, but it took him a while. And it kind of seems like when this Philly starting pitching, and there's always just that one inning, that one part of the game, and they just can't get out of it. They just can't recover from it. And it seemed like that with Aaron tonight. I mean, we see it more with Kyle Gibson and Ranger Suarez, but Aaron Nola kind of seemed to go through that tonight. Luckily, he was able to, finally get out of that inning. But he'd be done after that. As Chris Sanchez came in there in the top of the 7th inning, it was a nice 1-2-3 inning. And then Brad Hand continues to be absolutely dominant there in the top of the 8th inning. 2 strikeouts, another 1-2-3 inning. And then Corey Knebel, had a rough month. Let's put that behind us. I mean, today is June 1st. I mean, a fresh start, as he gets to save his 9th of the season. A 1-2-3, top of the 9th inning, slam the door. So a nice Phillies win. We snapped the 5-game losing skid. So this was a much-needed victory for sure. I think it goes without saying. So some heart was shown tonight. Kyle Schwarber, one strong man. Hitting a home run with the one-handed finish, and the Nick Maytown homer, which was my favorite one of the night. So as I said, it certainly kind of seemed to provide a jolt for this Phillies team. So Aaron Nola, going back to him a little bit, he looked great for those first 5 innings. Fastball has definitely gotten better, but none of those pitchers really were effective there in that 6th inning, as he really struggled against Wilmer Flores, of course, with that 3-run shot that would give the Giants the lead. But the Phillies fought back. Which is something they don't really do too very often, and they were able to win. And, you just got to go out there and fight. You got to fight. And it doesn't guarantee you win every single time, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And with this Phillies team, as I mentioned before, it kind of feels like when they get down by 2 or 3 runs, or even just 1 run at times, you kind of feel like it's an insurmountable lead, like they just can't come back. And that's the feeling I kind of got tonight, when it happened. But they proved me wrong. So we need to do this more. It goes without saying. Stay in the fight, right? I'm not trying to act like the Washington Nationals in 2019, right? That was their slogan, stay in the fight. But seriously, stay in the fight. And it's a great terminology. You got to keep fighting. An off day tomorrow. Thankfully, we definitely need it. I need it. This has just been an abysmal stretch of Phillies baseball. So 7-5 against the Angels. To be determined for both LA and the Phils. 7:15 on Saturday night. It's also to be determined. And 1:35 on Sunday, also to be determined. So for some reason, they're not giving the starters. But some news: Anthony Rendon, third baseman, the Angels, placed on the 10-day IL. Kind of bittersweet. He's a Philly killer, but I really wanted to see him play. I'm going to the game on Saturday night to go see Shohei and Mike Trout. I am so excited. This is just a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. You know what I mean? Of course, we're going to be seeing the Angels every other year now because of the new schedule next year, where every single year you're going to be playing all other 29 teams. There's going to be less divisional games. They did negotiate that with the CBA negotiations this past winter, so they're able to work that in. But this is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I did see Mike Trout play once before in 2016 Fenway Park. So let's go Phils. We definitely need this off, as I said before. Let's focus on what we have to do. The Marlins and Rockies currently tied out there in Colorado at 11. Definitely a slugfest for sure. The Mets sweep out the Washington Nationals by winning 5-0. The Nationals are just terrible. They're 18-34. Marlins won the first game of the doubleheader against the Rockies by a final score of 14-1. And the Braves defeated the Arizona Diamondbacks by a final score of 6-0. But the Phillies need to focus on what they have to do. So one day at a time. 7-5 tomorrow night against the Los Angeles Angels. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, check out the social media. Link is description section at Phillies Answer Media, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at phostio media. Card text 267-225-392. Email me philliesAnswermedia@gmail.com. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Luke and I'll try to. Let's go, Phillies.